What's up, guys? I'm back again with another little overlooked tip that I figured out the other day, actually just last night. Just got back from a fieldwork session where I tried it out a little bit, and it really seemed helpful. It's a footwork thing. I think 99% of the issues that we face in disc golf come from footwork. So that's always something that I've been trying to improve personally. And yeah, I saw this picture of Simon Lizotte last night, and it just immediately sparked something in my head. So then I looked at my own footage and broke that down, put them side by side, and thought, okay, let's work on that tomorrow in field work and see what happens. And the results were pretty good. So I'm going to walk you guys through what I observed in Simon's form, how I was able to try it out with my own footwork, and what it did for me pretty much right away. All right, let's check it out. Okay, guys, so last night I came across this picture of Simon, and it just really jumped out at me immediately, what he's doing with his feet here. How he's really out over his front foot, how he's sort of lunging into it, and how his weight isn't evenly distributed. You don't see like a triangle between his knees. It's more right leg is rigid, left leg is lunging. And respect to Disc Golf Pro Tour, since their media is kind of a big deal right now. Don't want to overlook that. So I looked at my own footage here, and you can see first off I'm pigeon-toed, and you can just see how my weight's sort of even between my feet, how there's a triangle formed between my knees, how I'm not really out on my front foot like Simon was, and ready to move forward and sort of pivot around that foot. And what you'll notice here, we'll take a peek at the two of us next to each other, it's really obvious. And if you actually take, a marker and make a line just sort of from Simon's shoulder sort of down through his foot, you'll see it's more or less just a straight shot. He's very out over his front, whereas you have this zigzag between like my ankle to my knee to my hip to my shoulder. You can just see how much more stable his position is versus mine. So let's take a look at some field work from last week. This is a C-Line MD4 that I'm throwing right here. And yeah, here's that first step with the triangle between my knees, the pigeon toes. And what this forces me to do is sort of hop off of my right foot. And you can see it's really pronounced right there. It almost sort of stops my momentum and makes me pause while I'm getting my left foot back under me. And I feel like that's a direct result of my first step being just kind of evenly balanced and not out over my front foot. And I think that leads to my weight getting stuck back instead of forward at release. And you can really see that right here with how my knees end up like almost hitting each other, and how there's really zero snap off of my heel. I'm just sort of almost bracing through the entire throw and then just letting my momentum slide my foot around instead of actually opening my hips at release and coming through quickly. So let's take a look at a still frame of this session versus what I did today. So you can see in the picture on the right, I'm really a little straighter with my leg, and I'm really pushing off with my left leg instead of being evenly distributed between the two. So this is from today. This is another C-Line MD4, and you can just tell right away that it's a more dynamic move with my feet, that I'm getting things more involved. Let's take a look at another shot here. This is a McBuzz. Yes, I'm a trader, but and a fanboy. Anyway, so there's that first step being a lot more stable on the right foot, a lot more weight forward. And you can see how much less pronounced the hop is because of that. I'm not nearly as up and down and vertical, and it's not stopping my momentum like it was before. And then at release, this is totally different than last week, night and day. And bear in mind here, guys, I'm doing a lot of things wrong, specifically with my right foot and being at 90 degrees. That's a whole nother video. We can talk all day about the things that I'm doing wrong. I just kind of want to emphasize this one little thing that I'm talking about. So remember last week, my knees were almost knocking into each other. My left foot was barely off the ground. Here we've got my foot and my hand timed up. Nice full finish, getting all the way through. actually getting a little bit of movement off of my heel, just night and day difference just from that one alteration of the startup position. So let's take a look at some full shots here from the back. This is a Glow Champion AVR X3, pardon me. And let's see, I'll zoom in here and show you what I was aiming at. I was aiming kind of more in the middle, that middle pole right there, not the big tall one. And this just looks way better than last week. I'm getting all the way through the disc. You know, not failing to get my hips open and blocking out to the left. Not an early release. This here is a Doombird 2 FD3, and it's really the same thing. You know, just actually getting all the way through the throw, hitting my line. I was aiming in the same area with that shot. And I'm just really pleased with that through one little session and one little change just from looking at that one picture. I feel like that's got a lot to it. So I'm going to keep working with it and check back in with you guys with that one. But I feel like I found a nice little overlooked tip again. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little tidbit. And I know I'm going to keep working on it. And obviously keep making these little videos since I've gotten some positive feedback, which I really appreciate when you guys leave comments, suggestions, anything like that. This has been really fun for me to do, and hopefully I'll keep doing it, and hopefully you guys keep enjoying it. So, until next time, thank you.